this is the Yanuka story. This is it might be a little longer than usual. He brings 10 pointers what you should think by the candles. Rabbi said, I want you to understand something. Lighting the candles, I know we became halacha yidin, which is very good. Halacha yidin means we do things robotic. It used to be when we used to serve Hashem, we used to do it with more of our heart than more with our brain. Nowadays, it's like the halacha says if someone's in the house, they have to light it at the proper time and that's it. Like the father's not there, the wife is lighting. The son is there, the father and mother is not lighting. You know, when I grew up, maybe because I came from more of a spiritual house, it was not such a thing that the kids were not there when the father is lighting. And my father sometimes lit at 11 o'clock at night. Against halacha. But the halacha also says that as long as there's another person there watching it, then you can light it late. Yeah, it's not the best thing to do, but you're allowed to do it. Now, I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm also not telling you to make this holiday light. People don't. Why did the Chanukah over here? People did any of you at least one day by the candles when your father lit?
I just lived around.
Baruch Hashem, you lived right before you came. You guys should be there. I make it a thing. I don't light at the right time at 5 o'clock or 4:44 or 4:45 because I just can't. My son's not home yet. I'm makpi to wait till my son comes home from yeshiva. I should light with him. He should see that this is a mitzvah that gives you an uplifting. It shouldn't be like one of these achai, like Pesach. When are we eating the afikoman? Where's the 4 cups? Just let's get rid of everything. No, Torah mitzvah is not. People that live their life that way, I want you to understand something. Don't worry, guys. You're gonna have time to speak. Don't worry. I want to just tell you, people that live their life just to get rid of mitzvot. I promise you, your kids are gonna catch on, and they're gonna do it worse than you, and your grandkids are not gonna keep it at all. Why? Because for them it's just like a tradition. There is no heart and spirit in it. But if you keep the Torah with heart and spirit, it's a whole different Torah. It's like you're living it. Like we're lighting candles. What the kids are excited now? Where is the gifts? Rabbi say there is no custom in giving gifts to people on Chanukah. There is no custom. It doesn't exist. That's called Chris.
Yes.
You said it, not me. Do you understand? That's the custom of the Goy. The Goyim give gifts. Rav Mutzavi writes in his book, you know what they used to give as gifts? Dates. They used to give kids dates and nuts. They said, here is your Chanukah gift. Eat some sweets. What is this nonsense? We came here, the Ashkenazim came with some custom that I don't even know where they got it from. Oh, we have to give people gifts. 7 days of gifts. 8 days of gifts. What is this for you? What kind of nonsense is this? I'm still waiting for my Afikoman gift from like 25 years, 30 years ago. Where does that go? What are you coming with? My kids came to me, where's my gift? I said, there's no gift. Today's Chanukah. Today is not a birthday or a gift day. What's going on over here?
We're giving dates.
You understand? I actually did give them dates. You understand? Why? Because we made Torah into you have to just give and give. No, we don't just have to give. Serving Hashem is we doing, not us just taking. It's another chinuch thing you have to learn when you get older. Okay, let's see what the Yanuka says. The Yanuka says, Aleph, B'schut kiyum mitzvah derech Chanukah b'chol pratea b'dikduk zoche lekinyan Torah hu v'zarot. Someone that keeps the mitzvot of Chanukah to its fullest, to its most highest standards, he will be blessed to accept the light of Torah for him and his kids. Va'afilu limud halacha Chanukah, and even if it's just to learn the laws of Chanukah. Misugal lepoel nisim v'neflot b'chol tov is a not a skula, but it's showing Hashem that same way how Chanukah was a time of miracles, so too that I'm now learning about it, I also want you to give me miracles. Bet, number 2. Be'et, I gotta tell you actually something. How do I know this is true? I remember it was a certain time that me and my wife were trying to have kids. We couldn't have kids. And B'schut Chanukah, we had a kid. It was Zot Chanukah. And me and my wife did certain things, meditations and tefillahs and rabbis. And I'm telling you, the Harav Chanukah allowed for us to have a child. It wasn't our first, it was our third child. We tried. There's a big gap between our second and our third child because it took us time. And I always wondered, what was it? And it was Chanukah that really helped us. That's the power. Chanukah brings light, brings miracles to your life. You want a shidduch? You don't want a shidduch. You want a shidduch? You cry until that Chanukah candle dies out in that house. That means your father's lighting that oil. You make sure that you're there for 3-4 hours on that Chanukah and repeating the same word 100 times. Hashem zocher that I should get married this year. And I should stay married. If you're not doing that, you don't really want. Number 2. Be'et kiniyat hashemen lechanukah matchil להשפיע אור גדול בעולם. Whenever you start to buy the oil for the Chanukah, you automatically draw down a huge immense of light. That means I'm very makpid in my house not to buy the ready cups, even though they're less dirty and more cheap. I am makpid to do like this. I buy the actual cup. I don't buy that oil. I use regular cooking extra virgin olive oil. Actually, that's not true. What I do use is cold pressed olive oil that I buy specifically from Kfar Saba in Eretz Yisrael. It's a special hand pressed olive oil. I get it every year for Chanukah. I import it from there to here. And I use that because it's very high graded oil. שיוכל להחזיר כל העולם כולו למוטב. Through this, you'll be able to bring back the world to its official way of creation. ובשעה שמדליק נר חנוכה, the time that you light the candles, נאספים ובאים המלאכים הקדושים בכל בית שמקיים בו כל המצוות. Angels come down and they actually watch how you light. They're learning from you, Elad and Gilad. They're learning how to light candles. Because of that, whatever you're doing, they can never do. Never. They can never do it. ולכן צריך שתהיה הדלקה כראוי. That's why your candle, the lighting of the candle has to be proper. לנקוט את החנוכיה ולבדוק הפתילות. You have to look, you have to clean your Chanukah menorah, and you have to put the ptilim, the wicks properly. To have a certain nachat ruach, a certain honor for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right? Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a car. Your kid says, listen, can I borrow the car? And you say, yeah, you can borrow it. And in the morning you come to the car and your tank is empty. How are you going to feel? He didn't scratch it. He parked it perfectly. But the tank is empty. How are you going to feel?
He's fully back.
Wow. What kind of... no respect. Right? How about if you get it with a full tank? That's my son. Yes. Right. Wow. He gave it back to me. Or that's my daughter. Whatever the case is, right? Same thing. You go to that Chanukah, the menorah. Don't say, oh, it's just a menorah. Just change the wicks. You don't have to wash anything. It can be dirty. No. Treat it with respect. No? What is nonsense? To have respect towards it. Gimel. Miklal hidur ha-mitzvah shtiyad laka berov am. Make sure to try to light the candle with more than 1 or 2 people there. Your family should be there. That's called bringing an excitement to the Chanukah candles. V'shiru kulam et hanerot. That everyone should see the candles. V'itorer yachad liskor otzem nisei v'chasidav she'asa Adonenu habore baruch hu imanu im am Yisrael hakdosha. That you should say the story of Chanukah as much as you know to whoever is there. It's very important. Yeah. To say what happened. There was Yochanan Kohen Gadol, and he fought, and so on and so forth. It's very important. Imagine it's your birthday, right? Right? It's your birthday. Everyone comes, and everyone doesn't even bip sunny they do to you. Like you're not even there. My wife used to say when she was a kid, everyone in the family's birthday at the end ended up to be our father's birthday, because he would invite all of his friends. We thought we were getting a birthday party. Just it was another excuse for him to sit down and kaif out with his friends. Like imagine having that feeling. You know what I mean? You want to go to light the candle. You're supposed to light the candle for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to feel inspired, and instead you're like, yo, where's the latkes at? Yo, don't eat all the donuts. Save me some chocolate. What was the point of Chanukah? Speak about it. Internalize it. People don't understand it until you hear these kind of examples. You have to understand really what's going on in Chanukah. Kodam adlaka yorer belibo. A person, before he lights the candle, he should awaken his heart. Shik'et mitorim u'ma'arim lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yud Gimel Mechinan derachamei. Because at that moment you're awakening the Yud Gimel Midot Rachamim. Why Yud Gimel? Why? How do we know we're awakening the 13 attributes of light? The Baal HaTanya says that, what does it say in the, what's the Chanukah story? They found how many jars of oil? Echad. Echad is gematria of how much? 1. 13. No, Echad means 1, but the numerical value of Echad is 13. At that moment, you're uplifting, you're opening the gates of the 13 attributes of mercy at that moment. Unbelievable. Stop sleeping! When you light the candle, you're lighting the world! You're not there for donuts! It's important to eat a donut. It's important. But it's not an obligation. It's an obligation to light the candles. It's an obligation at that moment. You're bringing down all the mercy in the world to you. And instead, what do? We have to really stay in front of the lights for 30 minutes, Rabbi? Like, what? We just lit it. It's gonna be lit by itself. Like, it's gonna be lit for 3 hours. I really have to see the candles? Rabbi, I have so much things to do. Are you stupid? Have you lost your brain? Imagine I tell you, yo, Habibi, you don't need a whole wedding ceremony. Go to a rabbi, and within 10 minutes, in 1 minute, he'll get you married. Why do you need this whole balagan, get the dress, get the engagement, my God, the whole thing? You guys kill each other, almost break up the wedding because of the wedding. So what do you need this? To go to the rabbi, get you married, and call it a day. Why won't you do that?
You need a bride.
You need a bride?
Brag.
Oh, you need a brag, or whatever the case is. You don't do it because it's not exciting. There's no reason. So how can we serve Hashem like that? How can we light the candles just to get rid of it? Rabbi, the halacha says if there's one guy doing it, I don't need to do it. My father doesn't care. He doesn't care. I saw it. Nonsense is this. Take this ideology out of your brain. Shoot. At that second, the 13 attributes of mercy is opening up. At that second, we can ask and we can come close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ubesefer Kav HaYashar, in the book of Kav HaYashar, page Tzadik Vav, Katuv, it says, Shekivan shemeir or gavoa kol kach yesh litol hayadayim lifnei hadlaka. At that moment, since there's such a great light coming down to the world, you should wash your hands before you light the candles. Without the beracha. Just to take out the tumah before you light the candles. And where are we? We're not thinking about washing our hands. We're thinking about watching on social media. That's what we're thinking about. Why? Because we're not building the hitorerut. We're not building this excitement for it. You should be so excited you should light yourself on fire. That's how excited you should be. You should take your hair and put yourself in oil. I want to light fully. That's how excited you have to be. Telling you guys, lo b'inyanim, lo yodea. V'lilbosh et begadav ha'elyon bo hu olech lebeit knesset. You should wear clothes that is mechubad, respectful, There was a time that I used to wear a beautiful long jacket when I used to light the candles. I didn't do it this year. I'm in the middle of moving from one house to house. I cannot find it. But since I saw it inside, tomorrow I'm gonna wear my white jomeh when I'm gonna light it. Bezrat Hashem. You can FaceTime me, do whatever. I'm gonna light it with it. Why? Because my Rebbe just told me to light it with it. Let's continue. Take a video, one of you. Put it where? You're gonna put it in the Bukhara, that the new
Bukhara community.
You're gonna put it on that Instagram page.
I should try to figure out who it is.
Okay. Bibrikat hadlaka, in the time of lighting the candles, yikaven shi'ir lanu ha'or haganuz. We should pray to Hashem that Hashem should light for us. There's a light that Hashem created in the beginning of the creation, and He hid it. It's called the or haganuz, the hidden light. It's called the hidden light. They say with this light, Adam Rishon saw from one side of the earth to the other side of the earth. What does that mean? He saw from his generation till the end of time's generation. We should pray to Hashem that Hashem should reveal this Or HaGanuz to us.
Amen.
1 second.
Again.
Only if you're Zocher. Only if you do mitzvot with hitlahavut. If you don't do mitzvot with hitlahavut, you're gonna pop.
What's that?
Doing the serving Hashem with an excitement. That's called hitlahavut, with an excitement. Ukfi shemez zezot b'sefer. It's also written in Kav Yashar. This also Tzadik Vav. Okay. Next. Tov lomar. It's good to say liad hamenorah mizmor yud gimel beteilim. To say Perek Yud Gimel in Teilim. The Vilna Gaon says someone that says Perek Yud Gimel in Perek Yud Gimel in the Teilim, I think 7 times, and asks for Yeshua, it's gonna come. And I tried it many times and it actually happened. And sometimes it didn't, but sometimes it did. To read chapter 13 in the Teilim, Ad Anna Hashem Tishkicheni Netzach. What does the Teilim say? Until when Hashem will you forget me? Imagine you reading that in front of the candle. Hashem, please don't forget me.
7 times?
He says to read it 1 time. Shedor it's very short. It's like 4 psukim, 5 psukim. Shedor HaMelech Za'ak v'hithanen lifnei Hashem al tishkach Yisrael b'chol galiotav. Because the generation that screams out to Hashem, don't forget us in our time of need. Gam betum'at Yavan, also in the time of the impurity of the Greeks. Dekol echad me'am Yisrael ubifrad bedoreinu ze yeh sheyesh ke'ev mibeit because so many people are going through so many struggles in this generation. Now is especially time to read this Mizmor Teilim. And a person should liyashev da'ato, he should sit down, he should be more calm at this moment and do whatever he has to do. I promise you, everyone tomorrow is going to want to do it, but something is going to come up, that's some balagan, you have to leave the house, you have to rush. Just don't let the Yetzer Hara get to you. You're going to go home, if your candles are still lit, go home, read the Teilim, daven in front of the candles. It's only 8 days, guys. It's 8 days, that's it. It's only 8, it's not even 8 days. How many days we have left? 5 days, 6 if you count today. What already you have? Come on. You're in the bathroom sometimes longer than you have to be in front of the candles. Come on. Right, so true, right? Yeah, he's bugging out over there. She's like, wow, bathroom time. Next, Zayin. Most valuable time. You know that? Zayin. Hamshachat. Shh. We have to be serious when we talk about the Torah, the Yanuka. Hamshachat Kedushat V'Harat Hanerot V'Skulat Hayamim HaKdoshim Alalu Hi Kifim Midat HaEmunah V'Akavod V'Erech Shenoagim Bahen. Punchline. With this I can even finish. The holiness, the beauty of these days depends how much faith you have on these days. If you don't have faith when you light the candles, it's like you didn't light it. It's like you say, I'm gonna daven, but like it's just candles, Rabbi. Like, come on, man. Are you crazy? It's candles. Rabbi, I have more emunah when I light up at night. That's where the emunah is. It's not only a fire there. You get to enjoy too, Rabbi. That's real emunah. No, it's not. You have to have that emunah when you like. You have to say, I am the kid of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, and I know what I'm doing, even though it's hard for me to believe, because I live in this such a gashmiyut, physical world, that even though I still believe Belev Shalem. And even though my evil inclination, my neshama be'emi doesn't want me to believe, I still believe in it. And you fight with yourself. And you light and you say, Hashem, please make sure I find myself. I'm so lost. And everyone can relate to what I'm saying right now. I'm so mentally and physically lost. And yes, even though I'm in college, and even though I'm working, and even though I'm hustling, and even though I'm engaged, I'm still lost. What am I lost in? I'm lost because I need to find you and I can't find you. I want to find you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I want you. But sometimes I feel that I can't. Please help me that I should find you and I should be attached to you. That's how we should pray in front of the Chanukah. And what do? Don't answer. It's irrelevant what we did. Tomorrow you're going to be in front of the Chanukah, even if your parents are there. Don't be ashamed. Would you be ashamed if, God forbid, someone was sick in the family? How much would you pray? You guys are sick mentally. Not just you, me too. This whole generation, we're sick mentally. We're mentally sick. We listen to this Tate guy, and then we listen to this garbage guy, and we listen to this two-boy and that two-boy, and we want to be, I don't know what we want to be. Tab G. Tab Gavno, that's why it's G. Tab Gavno he is. Avi Avot HaTumah. The only G is God. That's the only G. You understand? We're here to serve God. We're not here to serve our own purposes. Of course he's going to convert to Islam. Look how much of following he wants. He's a strict... I don't even talk about this clip. You understand?
I know so much about it.
You have to understand that you're also... You know who you are? You're the sons of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. You are connected to Kadosh Baruch Hu. You have to pray that you need this connection. You'll always feel empty in your life. Always, unless you connect to God. If you don't connect to God, you will feel empty. And I know kids here that would be willing to do anything not to be empty. You want to be not empty? Connect to your Creator. He is your Creator. He knows what's good for you. He created you. He's not going to know how to help you. You created yourself? No. So how do you think you can help yourself? You can't help yourself. You have to throw yourself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, light me up. Make me lit with the Chanukah candle. Light me. I'm praying that I want to be attached to you, but I need you to light me up. I need your help. I want you. I need you. How come we don't do that? Not because we don't want to. It's not true. I don't believe that we don't want to. I believe we're so involved with the Gashmiut, with the physical world, we're forgetting what's the most important thing. And today you got your reminder. Let's continue because I'm having a full enjoyment. I feel hot.
You look at the menorah.
V'lachen, he's making jokes this one. V'lachen, inaheg liyad hanerot bekavod v'yoker. You have to be in front of the candles with respect. V'yida sheyesh ma'ala gedola. It's in my mailbox. Vayida. Yes. Vayida. Sheyesh ma'ala gdola listakel baner. There's a huge importance in looking at the candles. I know guys, they call themselves Tamidei Chamim, Tzadikim. It's Bittul Torah. They became fanatical a little bit. It's Bittul Torah to look in front of the candles. Oh, we have to learn Torah. You two boy, you so dumb, you fanatical, you bemaine, you dumb person, no head. The halakha says to sit down and to watch the menorah. Now you come with your new Torah because you became fanatical overnight? You have to go learn Torah? You sit in front of the candles and you stare at the light. That's what you do. Not just men, women too.
Can you eat?
No!
You just stay quiet.
You pray, you daven. You want to connect. You have a certain situation you're going through. You want to see a miracle? Do you want to see Yeshua? You go in front of those candles. You go in front of those Chanukah candles and you spill your heart, guarantee it. I don't guarantee it. The Torah guarantees it. The Yeshua will come to you. The salvation will automatically come to you. You have to believe in it. ולהתעכב ליד הנרות ולהתפלל. You have to stop there and you have to pray. ולהודות, and to thank God על הניסים ועל הנפלאות, and the miracles that He did to you. וגם האישה, and also the woman, ראוי שתשב בחצי שעה ראשונה. She has to sit down for the first half an hour and she has to pray in front of the candles. If a woman would know if you would know your strength with your mouth, if you use it for the right thing, how you can change the course of the world, you wouldn't just stay there you would buy your father, give me that oil bottle, the oil bottle. You would take this oil bottle, you would put a huge wick, and you would make sure he would light from here, and it would last 24 hours. That's what they would do. If you knew the power of you. Problem is, you don't know your power. You don't know your power. You assume that you're nobody. I'm here to break it to you. You're not a nobody. You're not a nobody. Because of you, the world is created. Because of you, Hashem created this whole universe. He created the whole world just for you, Mr. Rabiv, to sit today in front of me. For you tomorrow to go light the candles with the hitlavut. That's why He created this world. So that means I had to be born to say what I'm saying, for you to listen, for you to light the candles tomorrow properly. That's how important you are. Let's continue. Chet. We have another 3, please bear with me. Betoch haor, inside the light, shel HaChanukah me'ir or atzum, שיוכל לתקן את כל הנפש, רוח ונשמה של האדם. You can, very fast, a person has 5 parts to the soul, nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, yichida. Usually we don't get chaya, yichida, not usually. We don't get chaya, yichida. Only Mashiach is going to reach that level, and then we might reach it if we're lucky. But nefesh, ruach, neshama, you can fix your 3 parts of your soul, which you coming back in a reincarnation. Many times, not just 3 times. All those rabbis says 3 times, 2 times, 1 times. They don't know what they're talking about. You must probably hear for like 10, 15, 30 times already. You can fix it all by being in the Chanukah candles. All 3 of those 5 of those candles of your neshama are inside that fire that time.
Aren't you supposed to fast way after?
No, because after fixing it, you have to enlighten it. You can fix it all at that time, the Chanukah candles. V'na'aseh bria chadasha, you can become a new creation. ובעצם הבטא בהנר יוכל להשיג ניסים ונפלאות רבות ועצומות. Through this, just the candles can do so much of a miracle. בכל הבטא בנר מתוקן קלקול העיניים. If anyone ever watched anything wrong, I will say it. If you ever watch pornography, if you ever watch anything that you weren't supposed to, by you looking at the candles, you fix that tikkun. Do you hear what I just told you? I think you guys are deaf. I'm going to say it again. When you look at the candles, you are fixing the sin of you going on a site that you're not supposed to. Yeah, Habibi, unless you don't know how to glue your eyes to those candles, you're just crazy. All those hours in studio that you did in front of a screen, you can fix it just by looking at the candles. How could you not want to stay at the candle? And for a woman, let's say that they don't watch such stuff, how many times you made other men look at you because you wanted them to look at you, because you wanted to look beautiful? When you look at the candle, you're fixing that too. And then you ask me, why do I have to look at the candle, Rabbi? Such a waste of time. Yeah, when you were watching for hours, that's not a waste of time, right? Right? Imagine how sick you have to be. You have to be so sick to watch another person doing something that you want to do. That's how sick you are. Can you understand what I just told you? You're enjoying the most epitome of disgustingness? That's crazy. Just think about that for a second. Think about that concept. You're enjoying from something you wish you were doing. You want to fix that? Look at it now. Right here. Right here! You look at the candles. That's called Torah Kedusha. I'm not done. I'm almost done, but I'm almost done. Please bear with me, Rabbi Isai. Okay, V'al yidei shemitbonenim b'shemen, by concentrating on the oil, nitkanim hashmanim shebemocho. You automatically are. I'm gonna decode what he's saying here. You're gonna automatically allow your brain to start functioning more properly, because we learned that the oil is connected to the chokhmah, to the brain. You're automatically gonna allow yourself, your kli, you're building up your kli to think properly and be properly.
He's a vessel, right?
Yes. Mirim einav shebasechel, because when you look at the light in the oil, your brain is connected to your eyes. Automatically, you're fixing your brain and your eyes at the same time. Umizeh niftachim bo shvilei hasechel lechol hashana. Through this, you allow that the whole year till next Chanukah, your brain should work in a higher capacity. V'yiskeh le'atzot tovot umtukanot. You're going to come to have good advice for yourself. Everyone has this every single day. You ask yourself, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Is it worth it? Is it not? Hi, just one more. This, that. You know how you're going to be able to meet Gaber? By you allowing right now, your kli, your brain is the kli, is the vessel, by you stretching it and working on yourself by looking at the candles, automatically you're going to come to be able to overcome your Yitzhara and say, I want to do good. What's your question, Sarah?
What do you do when you look at the candles?
We're explaining.
I understand, but you read.
First of all, you read Teilim. Perek Yud Gimel, he said. You also read Shir Mizmor Chanukah Tabayit. You say a little bit of the story of Chanukah if someone's there. If no one's there, speak to the candles. Yes, it's okay. Trust me.
But you're not. That's like a Avodah
No. You're not worshiping the candles. You're speaking to the candles. It's okay. If I would tell you that the candles speak to you, you just can't hear it. You're gonna think I'm crazy.
You're speaking to Hashem.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I hope one day you get to that level that the candles speak to you. And I'm talking to you when you're 100%. Like you're not on anything. You guys are laughing. I'm trying to hold my smile. No, maybe that's you, but that's not the way the Torah tells us to do. The Torah actually says that the candles speak to you. You just have to be ready to accept that.
So you ask the candles for stuff.
I know tzaddikim that have conversations with their menorah.
No.
I actually know people that have conversations with their menorah and their menorah talks back to them. I know people like this. I know. They're not crazy. I know people like this. I know people that wait all year for Chanukah to answer people their questions because they get their answer through their menorah. I know people like this. I'm not crazy. I didn't fall off the moon. I'm the most down-to-earth religious person you'll find on the planet of Earth. I guarantee it to you. But that doesn't mean for a second that I don't believe that the menorah talks to you.
Mm-hmm. So if you're asking for money, I'll give you money. Mm-hmm. It's like you're saying it like
that. If a person goes to the menorah and asks for money, then he's not ready to hear what the menorah has to say. And I tell you, no. When it's Sadiq goes, I'm gonna ask you a question. Serious question. Who do you, in your mind, right now, who's for you that the greatest tzaddik that ever lived? Baba Saleh. If you would see him walking through that room right now, what would you ask him?
Ask for my name.
You wouldn't be able to. And let's say he would stop and say, "What? You want to ask me something?" What would you ask him? I promised you nothing about money would run through your head. Zero. Even if you would be a homeless man sleeping outside, chas v'shalom, you wouldn't ask for money. You want to know why? Because in your mind, you wouldn't waste that second and time with him to talk about money. And I've tried it before. I've been to tzaddikim before. I guarantee you, you come with a list and you end up being in front of their face dumbfounded. Like that. Like that. Mamash, you'll even be in front of them for 30 minutes and you'll be like, you don't know what to say. When you're in front of those candles and you're having a conversation with it, you should pray for monetary things. But to reach that level that the candles speak to you,
You're not praying to the candles.
you're not praying to the candles. That you're praying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, b'zchut the candles and b'zchut the or and so on and
It's
so
like
on.
when you go to the Ohel or something?
We'll not talk about that right now. But yes, you get hasagot. You can leave if you want. You get hasagot. You get different levels. Okay, let me finish fast because it's very late and everyone wants to leave. Okay, betocha. Okay, I was in the middle of this. Okay, the whole year because okay, fine. Tet. This Tet is talking about Sunday is the last day of Chanukah. He's giving you a tidbit on that. He's giving you a tidbit on the last day of Chanukah. It's called Zot Chanukah. ביום זאת חנוכה, בפרט ראוי מאוד לשבת ליד הנרות ולהתבונן בהם. It's extremely important to sit down and to contemplate in front of them. That means all the candles are lit. כי אז מאירים בשלימות כל נרות הקדושים יחד. Because at that moment, all of the candles are lit in its fullest capacity. Not like right now, but all of them are lit. ויוכל לראות לפניו מנורה שלמה מאירה באור השם ולהית בכל שבעת הנרות הקדושה ובאליהו הנביא זכור לטוב משב תתקנו שהם לקיים מלכות נשמות ישראל. Okay, he goes into a deeper concept that I'm not in the middle of explaining. מנהג הרבה צדיקים לשבת עצם המנורה בחנוכה לספור את הניסים שיראו להם 70 שנה מתוך העולם, וכן נהג האדמו"ר חב"ד לדורותיהם, וכן רבי הלוי. Okay. He finishes off by saying it's extremely important to sit, especially at the last day of Chanukah, and look at the candles and to contemplate and to pray. Now, I'm going to be done with this, but all I'm going to tell you just to finish very fast. What's your question? I know you all.
What about Shabbat candles?
We're not talking much about candles, we're talking about Chanukah candles.
Is there something?
Is there any connection?
Is there any connection?
There is not a connection, but there is, but there's not. I'm going to explain to you, not today, but I'm going to answer your question. All I'm going to say is as follows. The reason why you and I are alive today is one reason. Only one. Because we had a great-great-grandfather, or even a grandfather, that was willing to die for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because the ones that were not willing to die, today their grandkids are not Jewish. The fact that we had someone down the line that was willing to die for us today.
What do you mean by that?
If you're not going to keep Torah mitzvot, do you think your grandkids are going to keep Torah mitzvot?
No.
That's exactly what I mean. You are here today because you had a great-great-grandfather or a grandfather or someone that was alive, that was willing to keep his tradition and not move from it and die for it, for you today to know that you're a Jew. Either pay him back that favor or pay back your grandkids the same favor. And remember that if you don't keep it 100%, they will definitely not keep it 100%. So even though it looks like a candle, no, and remember, it's not a candle. It's really you. And if you're willing to be lit, then the candle is willing to be lit. And if the candle's not being willing to be lit, then you're not willing to be lit. So everything we do in our life depends on how we serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If we have some negative against God, it's because really we have something negative with ourselves. So remember, the way you serve, that's how you're going to get it in return. If you don't serve properly, you won't get it properly. Have a good night, everyone.